Yeah, so we talked about a few different things this week. We talked about forcing your hand and trying to make people see and understand certain things that they're not in a position to see or understand. We talked about keeping it thorough and keeping it real with yourself and making sure that your intentions are pure and genuine in whatever it is that you're doing. We talked about, let's see, what else we talked about? We talked about overthinking and allowing yourself to overthink yourself into paralysis to where you don't move, you make no decisions, make no choices, you don't get anything done because you're overthinking every outcome, usually in a negative light. We've talked about a few different things. So I kind of want to expand on those topics. We also kind of spoke about honesty, being honest with ourselves, and being able to call ourselves out on our bullshit in order for our own growth, you know. And I think that's a great place to start. Being able to call yourself out, man. And this is hard for a lot of different reasons. I think a lot of times it's so easy to not want to address particular things in our lives because it's painful and it's difficult to do a lot of the time because it just brings up a lot of different feelings. And a lot of times we're just in denial that we're as bad off as we may be. You know, we don't want to accept the fact that we really may be fucked up. But this level of honesty and being able to call yourself out is so important when it comes to being able to grow in any capacity. Because when I think about my own journey, I think about myself and I think about all the times that I pointed fingers and, you know, just was in pure denial of the fact that I was causing my own destruction and causing my own harm, and all of my own stagnation was all due to myself and my choices. You know, that's hard to accept sometimes. It's the foundation though. This is where all of our growth is going to come from. So we have to get to a point where we're able to analyze ourselves and criticize ourselves honestly and be able to really call ourselves out in a way that is going to call us up and bring us up to a new level of accountability and responsibility. Super important. And then that links right into just keeping it thorough in our intentions, you know, because once we can get to a place where we're honest enough with ourselves, where we can see our own flaws and we're able to start acting on sort of reconstructing ourselves and how we approach our lives, that's when we have to start looking at our own intentions outwardly and how we project ourselves to other people, the energy that we give to the world, all of these things. This is also extremely important because we've talked about it before. We make a bigger difference in this world than we think, you know. I've talked about the Michael Jackson song, or just the idea of starting with that person, the man in the mirror, so to speak, starting with yourself. And if you're really wanting to like have some effect in life and on people and in the world, fix yourself, man. Fix yourself. Working on ourselves and making ourselves better. And our intention in the world is what is going to either build or destroy. You know what I mean? And how we present ourselves. And we want to present ourselves from a true, authentic, and genuine place because that's what the world needs. The world needs more authenticity, more genuine human beings that want to do good. You know, we're not in this for gimmicks. We're not in this for money. We're not in this for anything but to heal ourselves because fuck, man, but like, I only feel good when I give, man. When I really only feel good when I'm able to help someone else, when I'm able to give anything of myself to someone else and to see it have some benefit in their life. that's the only time I really feel good. You know what I mean? And I never understood that. So our intention is extremely important. Being thorough, being as genuine as you can be. We all have areas in which we need to work, and we'll do that. That is our goal in life, is just to continue to build on those areas in which we're weak. But we want to give the most genuine version of ourselves to the world. Super important. We talked about overthinking and how we think ourselves into these fucking prisons. And this is near and dear to my heart because I suffered with so much anxiety, man. So much anxiety in my life. And still to this day do suffer from anxiety. Not nearly in the same capacity as I once did, but I still do suffer from it. So I know this is relatable to a lot of people, but we tend to think. Listen, a plan of action is beautiful. It's great to have a plan of action and having some sort of direction in which you're going. But if you're in the thinking and planning phase for a year straight, what are you doing, man? We have to take action. The only time you're going to get any result from anything that you're doing is by doing it. You have to have the action in order to get the result. Thinking about it, and typically in most of our cases, thinking about it so much that we psych ourselves out and we don't do anything, that is the last place that we want to be. You can, like I said, the plan of action is beautiful, but don't think to the point where you've lost all confidence in whatever it is that you're doing. Because what you'll do is you'll think about a scenario, you'll be hyped on a scenario, you'll be extremely confident about something or some sort of project or idea that you have, and then you'll start to dissect it, and you'll dissect it to the point where you're like, okay, well now I'm going to present every possible negative scenario that could happen. Well, what if this goes wrong? Or what if this goes wrong? Or what if that goes wrong? And then boom, before you know it, you're like, this isn't even a good idea. I'm not even going to do it. Or you'll overthink the negative aspects so much that it'll cause anxiety, and you'll become anxious about whatever it is that you're thinking about. What will this person think? What will these people think? Or how will they react to it? Or how will she react? Whatever. And then now, once again, you've lost all your confidence in whatever it is that you were attempting to do. That's what we don't want to do. We want to think about it. We want to have a plan of action, some sort of framework or blueprint, and then we want to move. I've had to learn how to do this because I am by nature an overthinker. Even about shit that doesn't need to be overthought, I still overthink it. So I've had to learn. Plan it out. Write it down. Write whatever it is that you want to do. Write it down. Set an intention. Okay, this is what I want to do. I'm going to do it at this point, at this time, on this day. This is how I know this is how I'm going to feel about myself if I don't do it. Now I have to act. And that's what's helped me, Still something that I'm working on every single day of my life. But that's the difference. I'm working every single day to get it, to get better and to be more mindful of these things. What else did we talk about this week? That may be it. I think that's it. Okay, that's not it. We talked about feeling better. That was also in the call of our conscience, or the call of our spirit or our soul or God, whoever it is that you personally believe in, or whatever it is that you believe in. There's this calling that we all get, we all know, we all feel every single day. It's like, for example, I don't know how many people run or exercise or whatever. I hope a lot of you guys do some sort of exercise, but like, and this could just be me being crazy too, but you could be running, for example. You plan out to run 1 mile, and you know that 1 mile is 4 laps, 5 laps, whatever. So you're on that 3rd lap and you're like, okay, 1 more lap. And then something tells you could do 1 more. And then you could either deny it and fight against it and be like, no, I'm done after 4. Or you're going to be like, okay, 1 more lap. That thing that's always pushing you to do more, that's like always wanting you to level yourself up. The thing that's telling you I need to separate myself from alcohol, I need to separate myself from drugs, from smoking, from whatever. I need to separate myself from these people. That voice is the voice that is going to take you to the highest heights of your being. But generally speaking, we tend to revert back to ourselves and what we want when we want it. Because that voice, and I believe it's the voice of God, never is going to be in favor of us doing whatever it is that we want to do all the time. It's always going to ask more of us. It's always going to ask us to quote unquote suffer more, or to give up more, you know, not always get our way. That's what that voice is going to call us to do. And typically, I'd say, generally speaking, most people they're not willing to do that. We want what we want because, and it's so weird, man, that we get so upset when we don't get our way, yet we don't respect people who always get their way. But when we don't get our way, we throw tantrums and fits and we're upset and cry and this, that, and third. It's crazy, man. But anyway, that voice is always calling all of us to do something, to do more, to be better. Stop being this, stop being that, stop smoking this, stop drinking that, whatever, you know what I mean? And you know it, and you can either choose to listen or you can choose to deny it and fight against it, and it's only going to cause you more friction, more pain, more anguish in your life. This is the facts, man. Anyway, I appreciate you guys watching, I really do. I'm grateful for every single person who comments on any of these videos, any person who likes any of these videos, any of you guys who even take the time to watch any of these videos, even if you don't make it to the end. Even if you don't make it to the end. But if you do, I truly appreciate you. And once again, peace.